Good evening, viewers, and welcome to Catch Play, your sports development program, bringing you stories of all levels in the country. And thank you for your company. And Mai, it's good to have you on the show tonight.
Thank you, Godwin. It's always a pleasure to be on the show.
Well, before we carry on with the rest of the show, let's take a look and see what we have coming up for you tonight.
On the show tonight, we take a look at the PNG RFU programs, gender equality in sports, sports tourism, and finally, PNG Defence Force sports development.
Yes, and there you have it, your lineup for the program. Now, here's our first story. The Pacifican Union was funded by the Australian Sports Commission through the Australian Rugby Union in Papua New Guinea in partnership with PNG RFU. Let's take a look.
Papua New Guinea Rugby Union has engaged young kids to get into their rugby junior development program at schools. The program has also extended to other parts of the country and is increasing. The program was called Pacifican Union, which was once funded by the Australian Sports Commission through the Australian Rugby Union that is partnership with the PNG Rugby Union. The PNG RFU Junior Development Program is called Get Into Rugby. PNG RFU targets young boys and girls at the age of 6 to 15 years of age.
We've got Autonomous Region of Bougainville, East New Britain, the Capital Rugby Union, Morobe Rugby Union, Goroka, Daru, Alotau, and the Arama Coast. So those are some of the provinces that are already taking part in the program. And recently we visited Madang, and next week we'll be visiting West New Britain. So they'll be the new province to take up the program. Basically the program is a 6 weeks program where the kids, the children, they learn how to play the game. It's a 6 weeks program, so they learn the game in the classroom and also practically. And then after the 6 weeks, we organize a festival for the school. So the festival is basically to show their talents and what they've learned from the 6 weeks. And after the 6 weeks, we have 4 weeks competition. But depending on the union how they want, whether it's 4 or 6 weeks, so that's when the competition starts.
Affiliated schools have seen their teachers also taking part in the program. The PNG RFU's main aim is to engage young boys and girls to learn good rugby, as well as to know the basics and techniques, as well as good character of self-discipline and respect.
It's not only learning how to play the game, but also learning the values of the game. And basically the values leads up to, building a mindset for young children and build them to have good characters, So the rugby values are basically to respect, discipline, camaraderie, and the two other things. So which makes them unique is, playing in an environment which is safe for them, and also having that solidarity for the children to play. Yeah. So this program is in Autonomous Region of Bougainville. Kelly Havara is the coordinator there. He's doing really well. He's got competition set up almost every month. So each village have their own schools, and they compete against each other. So all the way from that age group from 6 to 15, and then the senior plays after. And that's what we want to encourage all the other provinces to do. And hopefully, when we start growing the game, people getting involved, and the parents and teachers, and hopefully the unions take over the program and run with them.
Yes, and there you have it. That was PNG RFU in partnership with the Australian Rugby League. Now, Mai, they've been running this program. Earlier, we've been talking about this program that they've been running. Yes. It's all around the country, and it's been happening for a while.
It's been happening for a while. I've seen this program being run by the PNG Rugby Football Union. They work around with primary schools, international schools, schools like Gordon's International and St. Joseph's, Port Moresby International, getting these kids all involved, and it's good to see that Australia has come on board to help them.
Yeah, I mean, they've got kids aged from 6 to 15 years of age, and this is, like you said, all in the school area, and it's a good program. It's engaging kids through rugby union.
Yeah, rugby union is one of the sports that's actually going on pretty strong, and apart from rugby league. So it's great to see that this kind of benefits coming from the Australian Rugby Union is giving them the benefit of what rugby is all about, and starting off with little kids, it's just the basics that we have to do.
Yeah. Well, we'll take a short break, so stay watching. Welcome back. You're watching Catch Play. Now, gender equality in sports is something that's making its way up into today's world involving women in sports. Today's sports is used as a tool to change in our local communities, where many of our mothers, sisters and daughters are encouraged at all levels to participate in sports activities so that women can have equal opportunities in sports.
With time, women's rights evolved, including the right to play sports. However, it was believed that a typical woman's daily activity involved being at home and not on a playfield. This was due to the fact that people believed to play sports, one needed strength, endurance and skill, all characteristics of men, not women. Therefore, is there gender equality in sports? The history of women in sports include many great athletes, several of whom have left a legacy for future generations. They provide to the world that all women are capable of anything. Furthermore, in the ancient Roman times, only men could participate in the Olympic Games. Nowadays, however, the Olympic Games generate the most gender equality. Women can participate in the majority of events and receive an adequate amount of media coverage. To help improve the gender equality in sports, both women and men have formed organizations as well as implementing laws, all resulting with benefits. Therefore, great gains have occurred for women in sports because of female athletes, the Olympics, and government laws and associations.
Yes, and that was gender equality in sports. Gender equality. Today, men are dominating all the sports across the level, around the world.
Yes.
And, we have to engage more women. And we're talking about mothers, sisters,
I mean, you
friends,
name it,
partners,
yeah.
you name it. Involving women in sports is something that, today we need to encourage more.
I mean, look, gender equality in sport is very important, and it's good that it's coming out now, that today the sport is looking at promoting a lot of women and looking at sports like rugby union, rugby league, and all these sports that men has taken up. We're looking at women coming on board and taking up these sports, and it's a great thing that we are promoting it now.
I think it's about giving women confidence, boosting their self-esteem, and this is something sports can change things for women, whether it's we're talking about breast cancer or other things. Women
Yes.
do more sports. It gives them the opportunity to do more exercise and things like that, and engaging them through sports is something all women should be encouraged to do.
And it also helps them to to be positive, in their family, to be leaderships around their friends, and a lot of people that they come across, and they will see them as an equal partner to what they do. So it's a great thing that Papua New Guinea is coming up to do gender equality in especially in sports.
Yeah, I mean, whether it's Papua New Guinea or around the world today, women have, they've produced a lot of heroes, sporting heroes, and legacies have remained, and that's something that, we need to encourage more women to take up sports activities in the country.
Yeah, you know, going back to the Pacific Games, a lot of women took part in the Pacific Games, and half of the women who took part, like say 79% of them were the ones who took part in the sports that a lot of men took up. So it's great to see that this initiative has been taken up. Yeah.
Yes, now let's head for a short break and we'll be back with more stories after this. Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching Catch Play, your sports development program. Now, with the recent successful Pacific Games, PNG is heading in the right direction thanks to the PNG government for investing into sports development in the country, lifting the standards of sports in PNG. Today in the world, as we all know, sports tourism is the highest and fastest growing sector that's bringing change and development opportunities to countries around the world. Now, before we talk more on this, let's take a look at a story that we've put together for sports tourism in PNG. Sports tourism isn't just about big events. It depends on a big country and a big city. You need big events to get full attraction through it. Sports tourism can be 100 people attending a game in a small village that has a huge economic and social benefit to it.
Sports tourism provides a variety of sports, recreational and educational as well as economic. Hosting big sporting events in the country are always vital for the economy of the country.
Sports tourism aims at improving the sports to overcome natural obstacles. This means improving the entire body of knowledge, skills, physical fitness required for the safe movement of humans in the area.
When Papua New Guinea hosts sports tourism events, it will give the country the opportunity and the local providers in terms of transport, accommodation and hospitality, such as accommodations to boost their businesses.
So the beauty of sports tourism is that it will give the people the opportunity to provide other vital side activities or attractions that will also contribute as an added value for the host destination.
Some of the key elements of sports tourism are the legacies that are left behind, as well as the facilities or infrastructure legacy for the public to use, and not to forget the social attribute that it contributes to countries' well-being.
Sports tourism sector today in the world has a major interest as well as the fastest growing sector in the world. Sports tourism engages the country, the communities and the world to attend mega events rather than just the event itself.
Sports tourism in Papua New Guinea will attract more tourists, not only to live for the game, but also to visit and explore other parts of the country, providing a platform for all to see the wonders of Papua New Guinea as well as its cultures and traditions to promote the country as a tourism hub.
Yes, and there you have it. That was the package we've put together for sports tourism in Papua New Guinea. I'm sure we can achieve a lot when we do more sports, in PNG to boost the economy and social benefits in the country.
Look, sports tourism is a very big, big thing for us. A lot of athletes go out to carry the name of Papua New Guinea. Yeah. It's like there's tourism that goes out to take part and carry the name of the country. And this is a great job that the PNG the sports minister has come up with to doing sports tourism for our country.
I think just for our viewers, one thing is that we've got tourism and we've got sports tourism. So sports tourism today is the fastest growing sector in the world. Now, I mean, you look at World Cup, we've just seen the World Cup, we've seen Olympics, Brazil and other countries, America. Sports tourism brings people, if it's just 10 people, that is sports tourism, 100 people into a small town. Yes. this is boosting the economy, and not just the economy itself. You know, we're talking about other attractions around the country.
Yes,
whether it's what can people do if it's, you know, after sports? People, they have to buy airline tickets or get on ferries or things to go out and start exploring the country that they've visited for sports development, you know, sports tourism.
Papua New Guinea is a small country that a lot of different countries don't know about when we go, you know, take part in sports overseas. And coming up with this sports tourism, PNG, you know, it's a great tourism activity for them, especially in sports. And, you know, sports is pretty much growing up really fast. And with these new facilities, you know, we'll be seeing a lot of different countries coming over. And it's a great way to boost the morale for PNG in sports tourism.
Yeah, I mean, it also provides opportunities for local business people, like, let's say, the hotel sector, you know, hotel industry. This is providing accommodation. We've got transport and so on and so forth. This is all contributing to boosting the economy of the country. And yeah, and if we do more of sports tourism in the country, Papua New Guinea will be up there, and then, you know, probably we'll be happy, you know, to have more sports programs in the country.
Well, thanks to the Minister for Sports, Justin Tchenko, you know, taking up the great tourism in sports is just a great benefit for the country itself and for, you know, the athletes who are taking part for the country.
Yeah, and I mean, we've got some great, you know, big sporting events coming up next year and then the years to follow. So for us to host these events is a big thing for Papua New Guinea.
You know, well done, you know, to the team out there who's putting this together.
Yeah, I mean, well done. Thanks to the government of PNG. Anyway, that was sports tourism. We'll go for a break now, so stay watching. Welcome back to Catch Play. Now, Papua New Guinea Defence Force Support Battalion launched their 7th Battalion Anniversary celebration on the 19th of October at Murray Barracks here in Port Moresby. A series of sports activities were involved. Now, these activities were put in place to help soldiers into getting involved in sports and keeping fit. Let's take a look.
The Papua New Guinea Defence Force Support Battalion have been participating in a string of sports events to commemorate the 7th Battalion Anniversary celebration at Murray Barracks in Port Moresby on the 19th of this month. This sports activities is a inter-sub-unit competition where the soldiers get to be involved in different sporting activities. A program that also helps to develop a soldier to be part of his sporting event and not only be seen as a soldier.
Yeah, we started off with the volleyball games, and on Thursday we played basketball. Yeah, and today was touch. We have 6 units, so this makes it six teams. Yeah.
Sports is one of the basic tools to improve the level in fitness, mentally and physically, as well as physical fitness is one of the Commander's PNG Defence Force priorities for 2015.
Yes, and as you've seen, that was the PNG Defence Force Battalion taking part into sports activities. Now, Ma, you were there and you covered the story.
Yeah, I was there, and you know, this activity, what we see is overall when we see a defense force or a soldier, we conclude and we say, you know, they're just soldiers, but they took part in this activity as the 7th anniversary for the battalion for support. Yep. These are sports like volleyball, basketball, touch, and swimming. And basically to keep this sports program was put in place to basically keep the soldiers out of line, like drinking activities or, you know, civilian fights. Yep. They wanted to keep them, run this program for the soldiers to also keep fit and to know that, you know, they're not soldiers only, they can also be part of a sporting program.
I think, you know, these activities should be practiced more, whether it's 3 months, 6 months. This is just to keep our you know, battalion forces in focus, and I mean, I know they're doing a great job looking after the country, and yeah. Yeah,
you know, they have a lot on their shoulders as well, and everybody, you know, when you join anything, you have negativity, but there's always a positive thing that has to come out. And I mean, this is one thing they're doing to help the soldiers and the officers to to know that when the public are out there with them, they're safe, that they know that, oh, we're safe with this person. So this kind of program it's a mind thing also. So it kind of makes their mind healthy and also keep them fit, and to know that they have a reputation in the country, and this kind of sporting activities keep them busy and focus on what they want to achieve.
Yes, well, viewers, that brings us to the end of our show. But before we go, if you watched the Rugby World Cup on Sunday morning, then I believe you didn't miss this. Now, Charlie Lyon burst into the Twickenham pitch after the final whistle confirmed a 34-17 final victory over Australia in search of an autograph, but Williams made sure he left the ground with much more. Now, the teenager could not believe his luck after receiving the gift from William at Twickenham on Saturday. Now, New Zealand is the first team to once again retain the Webb Ellis Cup for the 2015 year. Now, what a great way to finish off the Rugby World Cup, Mai.
Well, you know, how exciting, New Zealand All Blacks, back-to-back performance, 34-17 against Australia. What can we say? They're still the World Cup champions.
Yes, Mai, what a great way to end Rugby World Cup 2015. Good
Great
on
show.
New Zealand. Anyway, we've come to the end of our show. I hope you've enjoyed the great lineup we had for you tonight. Now, if you have any sports development stories that you'd like us to feature, please send us an email to sports@emtv and address your email to Catchplay.
You can visit us here at Boroko Garden City Building Level 2 and ask for myself or Godwin, and we will be more than happy to help you.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the viewing. I'm Godwin Eki.
And I'm Mai Koime.
Good night.
Good night.